What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Pokemon Platinum. In the last episode, we made it here to Celestic Town, gathered all the items that we could in this area, got ourselves the Shadow Ball TM back on Route 210, and we also did battle against Team Galactic, both a grunt and the boss Cyrus, as he attempted to cause a whole lot of trouble. At the end of the episode, we got ourselves a new HM03, which contains Surf. Now this right here was the move I was waiting for to teach Triton to replace Brine with. It's a more powerful move. In almost all cases, it has a lot more uses and it has more power points, so it's just better to have in general. Plus, you know, it's actually an HM, and we definitely want that on our team. So we're going to be spending this episode doing some backtracking. In fact, the next couple of episodes at least, as we go from place to place. Now, we're going to be flying all over the place, hitting each and every single section. We're going to start, actually, by going all the way back to Twin Leaf Town. Now, this is not necessarily something we absolutely have to get, but we're going to be gathering items, battling trainers, and I'm just going to be going in order as I do this thing. So, first things first, if you go, I believe, just right into the water here, and all we have to do is kind of just scan for this. I'm actually going to use my dowsing machine here. There you are. We got an Odd Keystone. Now, we've already explained what the Odd Keystone does, but if you ever want to get yourself yet another Spiritomb, there you go. That is how you're going to do that. Very, very simple. Our next stop is going to be the Oreburgh Gate, which, if you remember correctly, is the space between Oreburgh and Oreburgh and Jubilife City. If you remember that downstairs basement area in Oreburgh Gate, we can now surf across it, which is going to allow us to do battle against the trainer. But I don't think it's going to allow us to get any items, though. I'm not 100% on that. We will find out when we get there. All right, welcome back to the Oreburgh Gate, everybody. So, all we're going to do is head down here, and we're going to surf. I actually did end up bringing Bucky with me after all, because I needed Rock Smash to get down here as it is. So, I want to say we're just going to go all the way over here and say hello to you. But notice that we're going to be immediately stopped once we get here, because, again, we're lacking an HM to go any further. We're going to need strength to move those boulders down there, which means that we will not have access to that HM, or to that item, excuse me, unfortunately. But we can at least get some experience off of this fight here. So let's do that really quickly. There's going to be a lot of stops in this episode, a lot of cuts, so please bear with me. But jumping all over the place. There's a couple major areas we're going to end up going to, which is going to make this take more than one episode, but it shouldn't be too bad. We only have a few trainers to fight amidst all this. It's mostly items to grab, which is kind of a big deal because a lot of these are like really good TMs and whatnot. One of which is that Thunderbolt TM that I actually talked about back when we were at the Veilstone Game Corner a few episodes ago, saying that we needed to double back once we got a certain HM, and well, that certain HM is in fact Surf. So let's do that really quickly. And then after this, we're going to have to head back to Jubilife City. Because remember, in Jubilife City, after a certain number of gym badges, you're allowed to get more apps for the Poketch, which I actually haven't gone back and gotten any of those at any point throughout the game. So I think I'll have 2 that I'm going to be able to get my hands on once we go back there. But then we still have a lot more stops along the way. We're going to kind of retrace our steps throughout the region in much the same way we did the first time through it. Oh, man, I cannot believe that wasn't a one-shot. Staraptor is obviously a very strong Pokemon, but we still are going to manage to beat the thing. I should have just tried Blizzard there, seeing if that was going to knock it out, because it's still stronger than a Stab Shockwave. Not stronger than a Stab Thunderbolt, though, oddly enough. There we go. Down goes Staraptor. And level 36 for Geist. Okay, we also should be getting some decent amount of money for this. Geist wants to learn Substitute. I'm going to say no. Just because I don't really have room for it on my current setup, but that is actually a very helpful and useful move in a lot of situations. So would recommend getting it because, I mean, the fact that it gives you free reign to do damage as long as the Pokemon you're going against isn't dishing out insane damage, allows you to basically just attack freely as long as the substitute is up, which is huge. I want to see if I can one-shot this Graveler with just the Mega Drain here. Be kind of hilarious if I can. Not that I'm fully expecting it to, but it totally did. That's awesome. Good job, Helena. Get her all the experience we can get her because, yeah, she desperately needs it right now. She is definitely the most underpowered member of our team, but as soon as we're able to get our hands on a shiny stone, that's obviously going to change. Okay, I'm going to dig out of here, and I'm going to meet you guys now back in Jubilife City, where we're going to get ourselves another Poketchap. You know, I got to say, I really dig the mental image of my trainer just kind of drifting along on a drift blimp instead of flying anywhere with any actual urgency. I think it's kind of funny. But all right, let's head on inside, and we are going to want to talk to you. I'm the president of the Poké Company. Your patience is rewarded. Developed another new Poké app. We have gotten the app Marking Map. Marking Map allows placement of markers. Having a map constantly displayed is convenient. No, you can also mark things, so it's that much more useful. President of the Poké Company. Your patience is rewarded. Developed another Poké app, and we got the Link Searcher. Link Searcher app determines the availability of wireless hotspots. I think it'll be useful to know how many people are communicating, like in the Union Room. That one's not going to have any use for us, but here is the map marker. Now, what's nice is this is how you can track things like berries and whatnot when they regrow. That's kind of the main utility of this. But obviously, you can always you can always choose where you want to actually mark things that are important. Very, very nice thing to have. And I want to say you can get more than just berries to actually look at. Let's see if we can take a look at the... Oh, no, sorry. Never mind. Was that actually... No, that was just a regular map. This is the marker. Sorry. Yeah, you're supposed to drag these things like onto certain spots, and then it'll stay there as your marker, or you can just kind of put it back as need be. Sorry, I had the wrong one. Link Searcher. Not even going to mess with that one because obviously that doesn't have functionality anymore. I could have sworn... Oh, yeah, that's right. This one's called the Berry Searcher. I got those mixed up. We haven't used it like at all, so I completely spaced out on that. So I guess we have two uses for maps. But yeah, if you ever need to like remember where certain things are that you missed, especially if you need to like double back to an area to get an item with an HM from later, then this can be kind of useful for things like that. But I'm still probably going to stay on the dowsing machine just because it's what I get the most use out of. Man, there's so many things here. It's what I get the most use out of. Although it is kind of nice just staying on this one as well. But yeah, we'll just stay on that for the time being. Okay, we're going to head to the Ravage Path next. That is our next stop, and the next thing our next place we're going to be able to get an item at, so I will see you all there in just a second. Actually, wait, no, we don't want to go that way just yet. We actually want to stay here because there is a couple of things we can actually get with our surf ability on just Route 204. In fact, there's 2 items I do believe we can grab. So let's go on this one first. This one's going to, I believe, take us to the Sea Incense. Yes, it is, which is another water boosting item. The Mystic Water is the intended specialist one, but the Sea Incense is one of many incenses, and that just happens to be its effect. We also have another pond over here, and this I think is going to take us to an HP up. By the way, I apparently missed a Paralyze heal that was like right here, and this could have been gotten back when we were first at Route 204, so oops. Finally grabbed that, which was just sitting right on the other side of that fence there. We got ourselves an HP up. Now we can head on over to the Ravage Path, which is obviously a very short area, but we need both Surf and Rock Smash to get all the items in here, which is why we have Bucky with us. So let's just head straight on over that way. I'm not even going to cut because we are so close to it that we might as well just do it. So let's head on over here. Remember, you just go to the right to immediately get on over to the next area and finish going through the path, but let's head up this way. And we're going to find another incense here, as well as a TM, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I was not expecting a fight. Wow, a level 37 Golduck. I was not expecting to run into that, but I will take the free experience. Thank you very much. Okay, let's continue. Got Helena really close to level 34 off the back of that, actually. We're going to Rock Smash as little as we need to, but there is quite a bit of ground to cover back here. So just to get these 2 items that we're definitely going to want. Let's go after that first. Man, 4 rocks you're going to make me break through to get to this, huh? That is not very nice. Playing this animation over and over again. See, this is where, like, Platinum, or just Sinnoh in general, just gets ridiculous with the HMs, man. So ridiculous. Anyway, Luck Incense has the same effect as the Amulet Coin. It's kind of an alternative option to get extra money if you don't have the Amulet Coin for whatever reason, although I don't... Is that possible in this game? I can't remember how optional the Amulet Coin was, now that I think about it. But still, you have that too. So you can have 2 Pokemon that I guess give you that benefit, so that's nice. All right, let's head down here. And now we're going to want to surf again. And we're going to want to go to the right this time. Can I get through this without a fight? Yes! TM03 Water Pulse. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to dig my way out of here, and I'm just going to meet you guys over now at the Valley Windworks. So see you there in just a second. Okay, so there are a few items that we're going to want to go after here, so let's immediately get to surfing. We're going to get some pretty interesting stuff. This first one right here is an Electorizer. This is necessary to evolve Electabuzz into Electivire. Very good Pokemon if you can get your hands on it, so would highly recommend grabbing that item. Next, we have ourselves TM24 Thunderbolt, which you're definitely going to want to use. We're also going to surf back once more, and I do believe there's also a hidden item down here somewhere. I can't remember if it's on this side, though. It is. I was correct. No, turn around. Right there. Max Elixir. Yes, please. We're going to definitely save that for the end of the game. But we got ourselves TM24 Thunderbolt, which is a huge get. The most powerful electric-type move in the game that actually consistently lands. I'm going to immediately teach this to, can you guess? That's right, we're teaching it to Geist. And instead of getting rid of Shockwave, actually, I'm going to get rid of Ominous Wind instead. I know that might be a little bit controversial, but Shockwave is still going to have utility because it's occasionally going to be necessary when a Pokemon uses things like Double Team or Sand Attack or Smokescreen, things of that nature, but Thunderbolt is obviously going to be the primary usage. Now, next stop, let's head on over to Eterna City. See you all there in just a second. Okay, welcome to Eterna City, everybody. Now, I'm sure some people are telling me that, hey, didn't you miss something that's also available now that you have Surf back right where you were just at? Well, yes, that is technically true, but I actually want to end the episode there as opposed to doing that and then heading over to Eterna City, especially because this is pretty much the last of the stuff that I want to get done on the west side. Is it west side? Yeah, west side of Mount Coronet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab this one item over here very quickly. It's a simple one. Just going to surf over here. And is it on this side? Yes, it is. A Moonstone. Pretty much the only thing worth grabbing over this way. So our next stop would be all the way over at Route 208 on this side of Mount Coronet. I'm not going there, though. Instead, I'm going to go back to Floroma Town. And what we're going to do is head up to Route 205, and we're going to get to surfing again. Now, this is going to take us to a new area that we've never been to before, but it's going to also allow us to access another area that we've never been to before. We're going to take care of both of those across this episode, the rest of this episode, excuse me, and the next episode. So let's get to surfing this way. And we're just going to take this all the way over here and on up the path. And eventually, this is all going to come to a head at the top. As we get, I mean, I guess we could have also gone that way as well. But once we get up here, we're going to get to Fuego Ironworks. Now, there is actually a new Pokemon that can be found in this area known as Magmar. Magmar is a monotype fire-type Pokemon with pretty okay stats. I wouldn't call it amazing or anything. It's well-rounded, but it's not like the most amazing Pokemon in the world. The problem is that it has a very bad physical defense, so rock and ground types are going to absolutely mess its day up. Plus, with a really low HP stat, yeah, it easily goes down. However, its special defenses are very good. But what truly makes this Pokemon interesting is, of course, if you have the Magmarizer and you're able to evolve it into Magmortar. Now, Magmortar is way better than Magmar, even if it is just a 45 base stat boost. That special attack stat is just it absolutely rains hell on everything that it goes up against, and it makes it incredibly strong. If you can somehow get your hands on a Magmortar, which of course you need to trade Magmar to do so, would highly recommend it. Definitely one of the best pure fire types you could ever ask for in the game. But obviously that is still kind of a big ask, especially in a day and age where there really isn't a Wi-Fi service anymore. So we'll head back that way soon enough. For right now, we're going to actually be heading on inside, home to Molten Foundries. Let's head on inside. And because this place is giving off nothing but fire vibes, we're obviously not going to want to have Helena at the front of the party. So let's switch on over to Triton, and we're going to put that surf to use as we go through here. Okay, so let's do some exploring around here. I'm going to go up this way. We got a few different ways we can go. Actually, let's get to this item first if we can. Not that going over that was 100% necessary, but whatever. Got a yellow shard. I will happily take that. There's a lot of items in this place. And if I remember correctly, there's also a lot of hidden items around here as well that I definitely want to keep an eye out for. So I'm going to use the dowsing machine quite a bit in this area. Let's follow this path first. And battle you. Work in the fiery foundry. You bet I'm hot and sweaty. Ew. Gross. You really didn't need to, point that out. Especially in a game where there's no smell-o-vision. Smell-o-vision? Genuinely, what is, what was the thought process behind the concept of smell-o-vision? It's the stupidest idea I have ever heard in my entire life. Like those scratch and sniffs from back in the day, that actually kind of made sense as a kid, because it's like, ooh, scratch this and it smells like a banana sundae, stuff like that. But who wants to be able to smell the things that they're watching on TV? I guess in like a simulator in particular, it kind of makes sense to add smells to like improve the sensory experience. Like I'm thinking to like, what is it? Like Disney, for instance, they do that Soarin' ride over in Disneyland. They also have it in Disney World, I think. And then it's supposed to give that fresh, breezy smell as you're flying through it to like add to the experience. That I can understand. But the concept of smell-o-vision in and of itself, like, oh, you're going to smell what's happening in the TV show. It's like, that's a terrible idea. Like, I can understand when it's like perfectly curated for the sensory experience, but otherwise, why would you ever want to experience that? Like, yes, I want to know all about the sweat and the gross smells that is coming off of everybody. Anyway, I don't believe that there are any, you can encounter wild Pokemon in here, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. We're going to take this back because that was a dead end. So now let's head on over this way and go around and down. Look at that thing go. That's actually a pretty cool fire effect for the DS, not going to lie. Oh no, we've been sent this way. Whatever are we going to do? Well, we're obviously going to get in a fight. I'm checking these barrels in particular because I'm pretty sure they're going to have some items on them, or some of them do. There's also some stuff outside as well, if I'm not mistaken, that I may have missed, but they were all hidden items. I'm not going to worry about those too much, though. Looks like all I'm missing is a big mushroom and an Ultra Ball. All right, I always forget if Magnemite has Levitate. I don't think it does, so I'm just going to use Dig. Here we go. Magnet Bomb. Of course, it missed. No, it doesn't have Levitate. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's right, because one of its signature moves is Magnet Rise, which obviously gives it Levitate. Why would it want that and the ability? That would not make sense. I'm assuming his third Pokemon is going to be Magneton, so we'll just keep spamming Dig on this thing as I continue to, like, make sure that I don't miss anything here. Yeah, okay, that's right. That's right. All right, I'm just giving myself... I need to have this, like, guide on me at all times as I go through this, and I know I'm, like, totally betraying that throughout this entire Let's Play, but I'm also, like, I don't want to, like, deceive you guys. Like, oh, yeah, I remember everything about this. I don't, okay? I really don't. I have to have my own companion as I go. I really should just stop bringing it up, though. There are some shards in this area, though, that I wouldn't mind getting my hands on, especially because I'm getting close to the point where I have enough shards to actually get myself a good move. I would like to teach Air Cutter to Era, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, do I really want to if I already have Fly, have Bolt? I don't know. I really don't know. There are other move tutors throughout the game, though, so maybe it would be good to have more shards anyway. Okay, red shard, not bad. We still need to get to that boiler, but as you can see, if we take either of these paths, that's not going to work. So we're just going to go right on past it. Then it's going to take us back to the beginning, which is actually not what I should have done. Shoot, I should have taken the other way after all. Oops. Okay, no, I want to go back up here by this worker, and we're actually going to take it over this direction. And then we're just going to follow this path all the way around. Slowly but surely. Remember, there's 2 items to be grabbed here, not just one. We got ourselves a blue shard. Okay. And then up here, we're going to have a green shard. Okay, so now all we need is the yellow shard. Did I get the yellow shard? I got the yellow shard, so I've gotten all 4. Okay, so now I'm going to walk over this way. Let's squeeze on in here. And this barrel's going to stop us. Let's make sure we go grab this item real fast. Firestone. Heck yeah, I will absolutely take that. Okay, I want to say there's also an item in this barrel. Yes, a star piece. That is definitely important as well for what we're going to be experiencing a little bit later. Okay, which one to get to this item exactly? Bottom and middle go the same way. No, they don't. Hold on. Shoot, I actually can't even tell where top's going to take me. I'm going to try the top path. Okay, yes, that is where I want to go. So now I can go back and grab this item here. Let's make sure we don't step on anything to the left of me. We got a rock incense, which increases the power of rock-type moves. Not bad. Be careful not to step on that. There we go. Okay, and then we're just going to take the path immediately to our left after we battle this worker here. And once we finish here in the Fuego Ironworks, we're going to call this an episode, in case that wasn't obvious. Magmar! Okay, here we go. Now, here's an actual good Pokemon. Now, I am actually, instead of using Surf, I'm going to use Dig here. as this thing uses feint attack, because like I said earlier in the episode, Magmar's physical defense is where it's at. Its special defense is actually... Well, sorry, its physical defense is bad. Its special defense is where it's at. Excuse me. That's what I meant to say. Had it backwards in my mind. Okay. This should one-shot it, no problem. There we go. Cannot wait to... I mean, I really wish I had Earthquake on this thing, but... what are you going to do? Having Dig is already pretty nice. Plus, once we get to more special attacks, it's gonna, and I go back to the Mover Learner to give it something even better, that's going to be good as it is. Let's talk to this guy. Well, hello! It's not often I get a visitor here. I tried to make the Ironworks run better with the moving floor tiles, but no one was happy about it. They said the moving floor made them dizzy. But you don't want to listen to me, huh? And here's a souvenir. I love that there's floor tiles right next to him, too, that just send you back to him. My Ironworks makes iron by removing impurities from iron ore. In the process, we find a variety of colored shards. If you'd like, we can trade star pieces for these shards. So I'm going to say no. You're not trading? So if you ever want to get back to him, obviously, you can get yourself some more shards to add to your collection. We got TM35 Flamethrower there. We'll talk about that in a second. But let me take a look at my shards really quickly. So I have 4 blues, 4 reds, 4 greens, and 4 yellows. So if I needed excess shards, I would probably take some star pieces back to him, which you can find throughout the game, mainly in like sandy areas and whatnot. But obviously, I would rather just sell those because they're worth a lot of money. But that's if you're ever needing to push yourself over the top to get yourself a couple more items in the process, or I guess a different move should you want it, unless you don't, unless you want to just farm in the underground, because you can also get star pieces there as well as shards. But okay, let's take a look at this TM really quickly. TM35 Flamethrower. I don't think anyone else on my team can learn this besides my monkey, but I'm going to check just in case. That's what I thought. Okay. Flamethrower is obviously a very good move. Power of 95, accuracy of 100. I love Flamethrower. I really do. I just don't love it on Infernape because it is a physical attacker by trade. Its special attack is still very good, but I would rather play into its physical attack than its special attack. So I may teach it Flamethrower a little bit later, but for right now, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Instead, I'm just going to tell you that that is it for this episode, guys. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.